Victory Death, fellow Starfighters. This is Carlin Jones giving you a movie review on Bookshop Media, their first contributor. And today I'll be talking about the 2012 movie, The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
You're a wallflower.
I didn't think anyone noticed me.
Now let's just get into it. This movie is about a lonely freshman who's been taken under the wing of high schoolers, and they show him the positive of what it's like to be different in his community. Now let's get started with the characters. Now the first character you'll be introduced to is Charlie, who is played by the talented Logan Lerman, who I like to know as
Percy Jackson.
Now, Charlie's character is depressing. Now, he is such a depressing teenager, and he honestly, just looking at him, he wants nothing more but just to be happy. And because of the events that has happened to him in the past, he doesn't know how to react with the proper emotions when he's talking to people.
So I'm guessing you've never been high before.
No. My best friend Michael, his dad was a big drinker, so he hated all that stuff. Parties too.
Well, where is Michael tonight?
Oh, he shot himself last May.
And honestly, you just feel really sorry for his character. I mean, throughout the movie, you would totally be rooting for him to get the girl or to take chances in life and just to be happy. Now, the next character I'll be talking about is Sam, who is played by the beautiful Emma Watson. Now, honestly, I gotta be honest here. I was never a fan of Emma Watson until I saw this movie. Now, her character Sam can be summed up by the screenwriter's action lines in the screenplay. Would make every mother proud and every father nervous. She is alive, adventurous, and a world-class flirt. Now, after reading that, I completely see why they casted Emma Watson. She just screams out those things. Now, her character just comes off as the simple truth of a teenager. Now, she's worrying about her SATs, her love affair with boys, the relationship with her father and her close friends. You know, she is the definition of a quote-unquote best friend. Now, her taste in music and clothes is just the truth of the mindset that a teenager from the 90s would have.
Absolutely not. Charlie, I'm not a bulimic. I'm a bulimist.
I'm sorry, I don't know what that is.
She just really believes in bulimia.
I love bulimia.
And the next character I'll be talking about is Patrick, who is played by the great Ezra Miller. Now, honestly, Patrick is the gay stepbrother of Sam, and honestly, he is the best character in this entire film. From beginning to end, Patrick will leave you laughing, crying, and sometimes all in one scene. Patrick is a openly gay teenager at which a young age he's already accepted who he is as a person and what society already views him as.
Hey, nothing. Hey, nothing.
Suck it, virginity pledges.
Hey, nothing. Hey, nothing.
Let it go. Jesus, it's an antique joke.
Which is completely relatable. I can't really name any other mainstream young adult films that have an openly gay character be a role model. Honestly, I just can't. But Patrick is the prime example of how a teenager should live their life. The next character I'll be focusing on is Brad, who is played by Johnny Simmons, or who I like to think of as...
From this point forward, you will be known as Neil.
Now, he plays the love interest of Patrick, but he is in the closet in terms of his sexuality. Like, honestly, he's just another great relatable character who is afraid to be himself because of his friends and his peers will look down on him if they ever found out the type of lifestyle he's living. And you can tell by scene, and the only person who can make him feel accepted is Patrick himself. And the last character I'll be talking about is Mary Elizabeth, who is played by the really cool Mae Whitman. And honestly, her character is pretty much the exact replica of Steve-O from Salt Lake City Punk. She's a punk who got into Harvard. And honestly, her character is just so funny. People who she comes across she finds herself a lot better than them.
Whatever when you get to college. How'd your SATs go, by the way?
1150. I think I'll get into NYU.
Yeah, I hope so.
1490, Harvard.
Face.
her character is just really funny and just great and important towards the main plot of the movie. You will completely enjoy her. Now I want to talk about the production of this movie. Now the production is A1. Now for those of you who don't know what A1 means, that's just something in the Black community that means it is superb, perfect, outstanding, great. The director, Stephen Kobosky, he had this script for years, but he said he was just waiting on the right cast to make it. And my goodness, did the casting directors earn their paycheck. I mean, the chemistry between these actors is just unreal. I mean, there are moments on set where the actors would hang out before and after filming, and then there are days where certain actors didn't even have to show up on set. They had the days off, but they still showed up just to hang out with their fellow co-stars. That kind of chemistry was totally shown on film. The directing, the cinematography was completely well matched in terms of lighting. The lighting fit the mood for every scene, whether it was comedy or whether it was drama. It flowed very well. Once again, the acting, directing, writing, it was completely A1 in this movie. Now, with that said, I highly recommend for people to read the book of this movie. There's just so much information that will completely go over your head without you even reading the book, because this book is actually touching on the topic of child molestation. I know, right? Like, I didn't even know. I watched this movie a good 10 to 20 times and it completely went over my head on the topic. Now, with that said, you should totally read the book. It's a great read. Now, my rating for this movie, I would give it a 8.5. It is a really good movie. One of the best teen movies of 2012. Now, is there another movie I would recommend other than this one that's a lot better? Yeah, I would say the Tracy Fragments. That movie has a promising young actress who has my heart. Or I guess not. No, hold on, guys. Now, there are a lot of really good things about this film, but there are still a lot of negatives. And honestly, I would be doing all of Rylos a disservice if I do not talk about them. For an example, in the back of the class wall, where Charlie's having his first English class in high school, there's a picture of Emily Dickinson. Her name is completely misspelled. Completely. Now, I don't know who to trust at all. Like, honestly, I don't think I can trust Paul Rudd as a teacher anymore. I just can't. I can't. In this scene, Sam holds up her SAT results. She states that she received a 1210. Now, the paper does say the total score is 1210, but her verbal and math scores read 550 and 460, which is only totaling up to 1010. That means Alice scored higher than her on her SATs.
How'd your SATs go, by the way?
1150. I think I'll get into NYU.
Yeah, I hope so.
When Charlie walks into his first high school party, he overhears a song called Low, which is by a band called Cracker. This movie takes place in the year 1991. This song wasn't released until 1993. After this movie, this actor got her first starting lead role in a feature film. Her role was a teenager who got impregnated by listening to music. Just wanted to throw that out there. Actually, the tunnel scene in this movie was pretty cool, and this tunnel actually exists. This is a tunnel in Pittsburgh, which means these characters are from Pittsburgh, which is pretty cool. And you know what else is cool about Pittsburgh? Blush. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Also, I know I'm nitpicking at this point, but when Sam is preparing the milkshake for Charlie, the ice cream scoop fills inside the blender, it kind of changed shapes from shot to shot. And honestly, it kind of just looks disgusting to the point that I don't even want a milkshake anymore. With that said, you guys, this has been a Starfighter movie review for Bookshop Media. And honestly, tell me what you guys think. Tell me in the comments below. And if anyone needs me, I'll be on the frontier.
Victory or death! Victory or death! Victory or death!